Join my beautiful wife Amanda and I as we take a trip through Kentucky and tour several of the bourbon distilleries that are along the Bourbon Trail. What was supposed to be a surprise trip that night actually turned into a long night due to weather. We ended up sleeping in the Minneapolis airport and not getting into Kentucky until the following morning. And it was, to say the least, rainy the entire time we were there, but we had a great time, and here are some of the distilleries we visited, and hope you enjoy. Amanda's having a battle with her raincoat. I should have filmed the whole thing. We are at Four Roses Distillery in Kentucky. We're going to do a tour. It's pouring rain. This is cool. So this is where we're staying tonight here in Kentucky. Bourbon Barrel Retreat. We flew into Louisville, and Amanda had this reserved for us. It's close to our anniversary, so they said happy anniversary. Got a little cake, some champagne, prosecco. It's got a little kitchen here. This is just cool. It's the shape of a bourbon barrel because there's so many bourbon distilleries around here. It's got a little bathroom. Sweet. Shower. Here's the bedroom. Just like the shape of a bourbon barrel. And here's our window looking out to the little pond down here. Oh, it's not raining stuff tonight, we do have some thunderstorm warnings or something coming in. We'll see how that goes. Don't know how well these will do in a tornado, but beautiful property. Man, what a great idea. Out here in bourbon country, and you spend the night. Call me old-fashioned. Spend the night in a bourbon barrel. That is too cool. Bourbon barrel retreat. There's Amanda. All right. I think we're going to actually go get something to eat and then get a bottle of wine and come back, or maybe have that Prosecco. We're going to go get something to eat, though. We're hungry. That's a rainstorm. It is pouring right now. Well, day 2. And we had to cancel one thing this morning because of weather. It has been raining so hard. And last night was fun in the barrel. Got a little windy, a little spooky when we woke up. The wind was blowing pretty dang hard. So we got up and checked weather and all that, and then went back to bed. Everything's fine, but it has rained. I mean, rain here. You can see the parking lot. We're getting ready to go and have some breakfast, but the parking lot is just covered over there, full of water back there. We're gonna go have some breakfast, and then we're gonna go hit a couple more distilleries, huh?
Yeah.
Maker's Mark coming up next, I think. Stay tuned. That's a good one. I love Maker's Mark. Four Roses is one of my favorites, and Maker's Mark's one of my favorites. Especially their Maker's Mark 46. That's the French oaked. That's good stuff. Some of the flooding.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Fredericktown Road.
That house is flooded over there. That house is flooded. Dang. Keeps up, this bridge will be underwater. Half-mile right turn. This whole park is flooded.
Turn right onto Fredericktown Road. Then take the first left onto Cane Run Road.
I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Maker's Mark. Their website says they're closed, but we're going to see what it looks
Gate's
like.
closed too.
Yep, they're closed. Closed, no tours. Maker's Mark. Darn it, one of my favorite ones.
Yeah,
I think they're closed because of the weather, I guess. I don't know. That's crazy.
Well, their website online said closed, but then when I called it said they're open 7 days a week.
It must be from the flooding. All right, no Maker's Mark. Proceed on. All right, well, we detoured to Heaven Hill Bourbon Experience. Good news for my buddy Steve, because this is apparently where they make Evan Williams. Just kidding. All right, we're gonna go check this out. out to be probably our last stop, huh? We were going to try to make it to Buffalo Trace, but they close early. So we were close to James Beam. So we're going to check this place out. Probably our last one. They kind of spread out. They close. Some of them close at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Some at 4, 5, 5:30. So this is our last stop. Yeah, sure. Just be natural. This would be a good for a smoke old fashioned.
Yeah.
We got the
It's 6 to 8 years old.
subtle smoke.
And they actually that's when they inject the smoke into the barrel for about 6 months. And
They
leave it.
actually put smoke in the barrel.
Yes, they actually
before they put the.
They age it, and then before they dump it, they inject smoke and let it sit there for about 6 months.
I like this one right here. And then what is the little book or the? Can you show a bottle of like that? Yeah, this is the one.
Chapter 8.
Chapter 8. It's a good one.
This is really good too.
Yes, I like that one too.
These are the buildings that they store all the whiskey in, or the bourbon in the barrels. So, they store them for like 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. So this is how they store them. These buildings are all over down here, and all of the distilleries have them. So these are full of bourbon. Full bourbon barrels.
But I didn't realize, little fun fact, that Knob Creek, they distill for Knob Creek and for Basil.
Yeah, Basil Hayden and Knob Creek are made by Jim Beam. I did not know that.
Yeah, me either. Learn something new every day.
They're both really good. The Basil Hayden Dark Rye, I like that quite a bit, actually. Let's see if I can get a bottle of that.
And Little Book.
Little Book. What was it? Chapter 8?
Chapter 8. And
it's like $160 a bottle, but that's Amanda's favorite so far.
Surprise!
Go figure. Yeah.
The most expensive thing is something I would like.
Yep.
It's smooth.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, here's another one up here.
Yep. Just full of bourbon barrels stored. So they can be aged. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Leaving Jim Beam. Come as friends, leave as family. Yeah, we're showing some of the flooding here in Kentucky. It's all water. I don't think that's supposed to be underwater out there.
Help the field.
Somebody's pasture or something.
In about 3 miles, turn left.
Wow. The river's right here normally. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of water. Here we are, Kentucky Artisan Distillery. This is where they make Jeffersons, which is probably my favorite. Jeffersons Oceans, right?
What is your favorite?
We're going in here.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
This is our speakeasy. This is where we're going to start.
Oh, cool.
And we have a password to be able to open the door. What do you think the password is?
Bourbon.
Yeah.
Rain,
We need
wind,
to change
tornadoes,
this. At least At least fermentation or something.
Yeah.
Come on in, guys. Corn or we're not bourbon. So this is critical just to check that box on that. Corn is that really sweet flavor and style that you get. It's became popular when the Revolutionary War ended. Everybody on the East Coast, that's where all the whiskey was made, they're making rye whiskey. Again, it's what they had to work with. Well, George Washington's got a huge debt he's got to pay off from the war, so he declares a tax on all distillers. Well, everybody hightailed it to Kentucky. We were not a state yet, so we didn't have to pay taxes. Then they discovered corn. They're like, wow, this stuff is pretty good. So this is a major, major grain to be labeled as bourbon. Trey Zoller, founder of Jeffersons, he's a high rye guy. So we use a lot of rye here. Rye is that kind of black pepper spiciness down the center of the tongue. A lot of people don't like it because it is very spicy, especially as the proof goes up, the alcohol level. Or sometimes he'll use wheat, which is what you tried in that room. He'll forego the rye, use wheat. Wheat is really soft, it's very approachable, it makes great cocktails because it's not going to override those ingredients in your drink. Classic ones, Maker's Mark is one, and pretty much the whole portfolio at Buffalo Trace is wheated. So that's the role of that. Barley, we can't grow this very well in Kentucky, so we actually do have to go to Wisconsin to source our barley. Barley is that kind of malted, earthy flavor. Think about Scotch whiskey, that's barley. But it plays a critical role for us. And that role is, we're going to run all these, when we do a cook, through a hammer mill. And we mill it down to the consistency of flour. We call this distiller's flour. And the role of the barley is typically at the end of the cook. When we start to get near the end of a cook, and we'll talk more about that, we're going to introduce barley. Barley creates an enzyme during that cooking process that takes all of this starch and converts it into fermentable sugar. And that's the role of the barley that's really key for us. And then when we're on the platform talking about all these things, lucky you guys, this is what bourbon looks like when it comes off the still before aging. And today we are at 137 proof. And you'll get to try that. No smoking on that platform while we're doing this.
No open flame.
It has warning signs on the bottom. So we're going to try some 137 proof white dog today. So.
And the color comes from the barrel, right? From the
80% of all color and flavor is that barrel. That's the critical role of the aging process. So yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
And then that's what we talked about. We only use it one time and it goes on to the open market. So the continuation of that grain through the vacuum system, that's these white products. And what's going to happen is we're going to feed that cooker in the back. You can see the pipeline and then the funnel going into that cooker. That's how we feed the cooker on a step-by-step process. So again, it's always corn first. Pull out the amount of corn we're supposed to have in that mash bill. We're going to run it through that pipeline on the other side of that wall, through this pipe, into that funnel. We're going to cook that for the prescribed amount of time, and then it's going to say, okay, time to add your rye. Rye is going to make the same journey. You go into that cooker. We take about 6 to 8 hours to do a cook. When you get near the end, that's the barley. So it's time to add your barley. We add the barley, and that's going to interact with that flour, and it's going to create the fermentable sugars. Once we're done with that cook, we immediately shut down and we lower the temperature on the mash down to 70 degrees. 70. The reason we go down to 70 is because we are going to go into fermentation. If we're above 80 degrees, we kill the yeast, it's garbage, and we have to start all over again. So that's really critical. So, what you're seeing here is this is it's about done. We ferment for 3 days on average. Yesterday, this was brand new. So it's 2 days. We'll be in 2 days on this. We love these. This is 80-year-old cypress tanks. We love them because you can see the fermentation. If it's bubbling, that's CO2. And the activity of the yeast taking the fermentable sugar and converting it to alcohol. The distillers hate this. High maintenance. Plank cracks or leaks, $500 for one plank. Because it's so old, we don't impart any other flavors. It's going to be just like those stainless steel. Those are all fermenters back there. What happens here, happens there. What this tastes like there. So we're going to ferment for 3 days, and then shut down. It's going to be time for 10% alcohol, 90% water. So now, Jade, our master distiller, is going to tell his team which tank to pull from. And we're going to run that mash up that column slope that's 40 feet high. And when we run it up there, we're going to start the distillation process. This is called a stripping run. We're going to strip alcohol out of it. We're only 10%. So how do we do that? Well, when that's running, you would see the grain stair-stepping down those windows, and each window has a perforated copper plate. And as it's stair-stepping down, we introduce steam heat to the bottom of that still. So alcohol boils at 173 and water at 212. We're not going to get to 212, we're going to leave that water behind. What's going to happen is the alcohol is going to vaporize. It's going to climb to the top, goes into a condenser, we chill it, it liquefies, and we go into this round still, the thumper. It's only called a thumper because of the noise it makes. So, now we've got
This is the thumper.
So, how do we do that? Well, somebody a couple thousand years ago figured this out. Sulfur is attracted to copper, so it sticks to the copper lining. It's 100% lined in copper on the inside, so all the sulfur sticks up against it, and that's how we remove that. If you have sulfur in your distillate, it's going to smell and taste like rotten vegetation, so we don't want that. So that's how we strip that out. Now, we went from 125 proof, now we are today at 137. So, town.
Okay, this is straight up moonshine. This is distilled alcohol before it goes into the barrel.
Correct. Yep. This is what's going to go into the barrel.
This is gonna burn.
This is gonna
Well,
burn.
but it's sweet.
Okay.
Here's the mash bill.
Oh, so there's 70% corn. Oh, okay.
We're 20% wheat, so we're wheated. It's not going to
And
be
then 10% barley.
If that were rye,
Yeah. Oh, okay.
for sure.
All right. Here we go.
This kills COVID.
You know, we all the distilleries here made hand sanitizer
Yeah.
for
COVID. Yeah.
And then the Kentucky thieves, they decided they're going to tax us on that too. We're like,
Unbelievable.
bullshit.
Yeah. That is.
We're going to stop making it.
Yeah. Hey, we won't make
I
it
didn't
then.
want to play.
You
And
can
also,
rub your hands down.
just rub your hands and drink a
Yeah.
little.
This would be a good fire starter.
Yeah.
I say so, yeah.
I
Yeah.
did have a girl on tour. She came in the front door, and the poor thing was coughing her head off. She couldn't, and
Oh,
through
yeah.
the whole tour. And we got to this stay for the tour. She took her
The night
white
we
dog,
have acid
cough went away.
Cough went away.
It just went away.
Yeah.
It was really crazy.
That's cool.
It's aged at sea. So Trey, again, he's the mad scientist of the bourbon industry. He turns 40 years old and he decides to have his birthday down in Costa Rica with all his buddies. One of those guys is an ocean biologist. He catches great whites and tiger sharks, brings them on board, weighs them, measures them, tags them, names them, and releases. So he's at this event, and they're sitting in Costa Rica on the boat, and Trey notices the bourbon sloshing back and forth. And it occurs to him, how would that change the aging process of bourbon versus being still in a barrel house in Kentucky? So he convinces his friend with the boat to take 5 barrels of bourbon out to sea with him. His friend was reluctant. 1, that's 2,500 pounds extra on the boat. 2, really flammable stuff. It goes up in flames in the middle of nowhere. So he finally agrees. Puts the barrels on, he takes off. We don't hear from him for 3.5 years. Finally, he contacts Trey and says, come on down to the Keys. I got your bourbon barrels. Trey's excited, hops in the truck, heads down to the Keys, gets to the boat. He's got a problem. There's only 3 barrels on the boat, not 5. And he's like, okay, explain yourself. He said, well, hit rough seas one day, Trey. One of the barrels tipped over and rolled into the other, and it broke apart. I got bourbon all over my boat, thank you. And I threw those 2 barrels overboard. This is all I got. Trey's like, whatever. He's excited about the experiment. So he starts to drill into the barrel to get it to sample. As he's drilling, one of the deckhands, his name is Juan just strolled by and said, you're gonna love this stuff, it is delicious. So
It's a boating accident.
Right.
Yeah.
We call this Juan's share instead of Angel's share. She taps in, takes a sip. He was right. Salted caramel popcorn is what he put in his tasting notes. But he had a huge problem. This is what it looked like when it came out of the barrel.
Ooh.
Like molasses, Coca-Cola, Kahlua, call it what you want. Tastes great, but it's ugly.
Yeah,
And
it is.
he can't sell this.
I will close my eyes and drink it.
Yeah, me too.
Problem solved.
Problem solved. Yeah.
Or drink it then.
Put it in a dark bottle.
So, he knows he's onto something. It's important to point out this was white dog that went into the barrel,
Yeah.
so it's fresh off the still. So, he knows he's onto something, and he had to make changes. So what we do now is that we will take fully mature bourbon barrels out of our barrel house. In our book, again, 40 years is the minimum for us. We can put those into metal shipping containers. We can get 80 barrels in one shipping container. We have a contract with an ocean freighter out of Savannah, Georgia, and we will fill typically a total of 200 to 400 barrels, and we'll ship those containers to Savannah. We have a contract with this guy. It's going to stay in that contract. We're going to be on the deck of the boat. Now that container is a hot box, so we're accelerating the aging process of already aged bourbon. We're going to be up at the bow for the most agitation. He calls it maturation by agitation. We're going to be vented around the top of the container, so if they do hit rough seas, that sea spray will go inside that container, make contact with the barrel, and we have ventilation fans pulling in sea salt air. When we push out of Savannah, we are going to hit 30 ports of call in this whole process here. So these are all the parts. Here's what's important. During this period, 6 months to 9 months, not 3.5 years, we'll will cross the equator 4 times. Think about aging bourbon. We talked about this a little bit. Summertime, we expand into those staves. We rest. That's where the vanillins and caramelized sugars are. Winter, it contracts. Goes through these char levels back into the barrel. That's a filter. Strips out fatty acids. He's getting, I can't call it a season, but he's getting 4 cycles. That would take us 4 years to accomplish here. So he's accelerated that whole aging process. We go through the Panama Canal 6 times and touch 5 continents around the world. Come back to Savannah, we collect our containers, we bring them back here, we dump, we blend, and that'll be that voyage. We've released 33 voyages. No 2 voyages will ever taste the same because the sea conditions are always going to be different. So that's why it's become collectible. Everybody's looking for voyages. When you buy a bottle of Oceans, the voyage number's on the neckband here. Everybody tells me they tear this tag off and throw it away. This is the captain's log for this voyage. It's easier. This is a tough read. It's a 3-pager. Glasses required. You can go on Oceans HSC online, look up any voyage you want. So that's how this all happened.
So they don't actually open the casks at sea.
No, they don't.
See, I've been lying then.
That not until it comes back here and they dump and blend.
Okay, but the salt still gets in through the casks because the salt air and everything
Right.
absorbs through the wood.
And that's what I'm going to ask everybody.
Yeah.
We don't tell you what you're
Very cool.
tasting because you believe me. Power of suggestion.
Yeah,
But do you get
we're
that
gonna-
salty, briny finish on the back?
I'm gonna taste it. Okay, we got before it goes in the cask. 3 months in the cask. 6 months. 1 year. 2 years. 3 years. 4 years. We have reached the end of the bourbon tour.
It's been fun.
Been really fun. I would highly recommend it. Amanda surprised me with this trip,
Yep.
and I think I did a pretty good job of filming a lot of it. The last one was really good. The Jefferson was good.
Yeah, if you can do one tour, hit that place because it is super educational. I thought it was really informative,
Yeah,
and the bourbon's good.
yeah. The Kentucky Artisan Distillery. That's where they distill Jeffersons, which is one of my favorite.
Yeah.
But we did Four Roses. We did James Beam. We did Wild Turkey. We did Heavenly Hill.
Is it Heavenly Hill or Heaven Hill? Or?
Heaven's Hill.
That's like
what else?
Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
But we did also find one that was veteran owned.
Oh yeah, it was
Is it Larkin or Larrikin?
Larrikin. I think it's Australian.
Yeah.
I don't know how well I'm holding this camera. It looks like I keep like going like. Oh, here we go. This might be a little rough run.
That was a really good one. So
Yeah, Larrikin.
Yeah.
We got some really good, kind of like Irish cream, but it's bourbon cream for our coffee, and it was tasty, super good. We're looking forward to having that in our coffee here someday.
yeah, we did not make it to Maker's Mark, Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
They're all
Flooded.
Flooded.
They're flooded. It's been really, really stormy here.
Bad weather.
So
Super-
consider April. You know, if you're gonna schedule April.
Just know that
Might be rainy.
if you come in April, it's going to be wet. Maybe May, June. It does sound like the busiest time for the Bourbon
October,
Trail
she
is
said.
October, so
Yeah.
avoid October.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a really cool place to stay, Bourbon Barrel Retreats, super
that was
awesome.
fun. Yeah, staying in a bourbon barrel.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Anyway, if you're watching this video, thanks a lot. Like and subscribe.
It ain't all that fancy, but it's nice in a poor man's paradise.